Hello, hello, hello. OMG. Welcome back to my channel. So excited that you are here. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. I appreciate you. It's Jody Dunn. I'm coming at you with another weekly video. We're in my family room. What we're going to do in today's video is I'm going to take down some Christmas decor, as you can see, and I'm going to do some more decluttering. If you're new and you just found me, I am so happy that you are here. Would you please say hello to me and let me know that you are new right down in the comment section. I would love to welcome you and say hello back to you. And if you are already subscribed, thanks so much for coming back to another video. So on this particular morning, my girls had went back to school, which was the 3rd. And so I really wanted to get this Christmas decor down. And of course, it's, getting to be winter time. Well, it is winter time. So it's so dark in the morning, I had to turn on the light, but I had just dropped them off and got home, and I thought, before I even get in the shower, let me start getting down some of this Christmas decor. So I decided to start with the tree. So glad I already took down the tree in the front living room, so I don't have to do that. But I definitely wanted to do this when my girls were at school. Particularly Viviana gets very sad when the Christmas decor comes down. She'd leave this up until June if she had a choice. Donna Jean this year, she cleaned her room out I think on the 1st, and she took down all her Christmas decor. They each have little mini 4-foot trees in their room. And decorate with a whole bunch of other things in their room. She already took it down. Viviana, as of today, still has her Christmas decor up in her room. I think Donna had a little bit of motivation though to do it because both of my girls have vanities in their bedrooms. And Donna Jean has like an old one that I never used and it broke. And so for Christmas, we got her a new vanity for her bedroom, which she was super duper excited about. I got her like a little mini skincare fridge because she's super into skincare. So I think she wanted to set everything all up and get it the way she wanted. So she got all her Christmas decor down already. So I needed to get all this stuff down because I really wanted to start decluttering. I started last week if you saw that video, but I want to start getting through each room again because it's been a while. I spent my summer, if you've been with me, I spent my summer working outdoors trying to clean up that mess out there. But it's been a long time since I've touched a lot of areas in my house, and my family room is one of them. I have these beautiful built-in bookshelves that at the bottom of them have nice storage cabinets in them, and I haven't touched them since I decluttered this room the first time, which it's been over 2 years. And I just looked and it was November of 2021 that I decluttered this room and had a heavy focus on the cabinets, which were jam-packed. I'll leave that video linked in the description box if you want to watch it. And my decluttering playlist is always linked down in the description box. So if you're in decluttering mode like I am and you need some inspiration and you want more decluttering videos to help get you through, definitely check that playlist out. It took me almost a year to go through and declutter my house. It was a lot of work. My house was jam-packed full of clutter, and it was so worth every 15-20 minutes that I took to declutter it because I got my house back. The dang tree. I'm going to pull apart the dang tree. I can't remember where it's plugged in. And it is plugged in. So I got to try to here I am lifting it and trying to unplug it. Oh, what a pain. Oh, come on. It is not easy trying to pull apart a plug with one hand. So if you caught the video where I put this up and we've never been able to figure out how to put this pre-lit tree together correctly for it to light up since we bought it 12 years ago. It's funny because I had a lot of suggestions on that video that I should mark the pieces. And I guess people are not understanding that. Yes, that is a fantastic idea. Mark the pieces so that you know where they go. But if we can't figure out where they go in the first place, what am I marking? Like I told you in that video, we spend about 1 to 2 hours every year trying to figure out how it goes properly together and then give up. We've wasted so many hours of our life. We just resorted to using a dang extension cord. I have a lot of like the little battery operated string lights that I use for Christmas decor. And I did this last year, but I'm taking all the batteries out so they don't get corroded. And then an empty toilet paper case. And I just wrap the string light around it. Keeps it from tangling up. It worked fantastically. I stored them all away like this last year and was able to get them right out and pull them apart and use them again. And I'm going to be doing a little something different this year for storing the batteries because of what happened last year. But I'll tell you about that in a second. So I don't know that I'm going to pull all my decor down from my bookshelves. Of course, just the Christmas decor. They're not fully decorated with Christmas. I just put splashes here and there. Just to make it festive. I don't know that I'm going to get to in this video redecorating these, and I'm okay with that. I just want to get the Christmas decor down for this week and get my decluttering that I want to get done. And I'll worry about finishing off my bookshelves later. So I would love to hear what's going on in your life. What projects are you working on this week? Anything fun and exciting happening? Definitely feel free to share it with me down in the comments. It always inspires me when I hear what you guys are working on, and it could inspire somebody that's reading the comments. And I just love cheering you on for whatever project you have going on. What, Thomas? What's the matter? What are you crying for? What? Clarky's at daycare. You miss him? You miss him? He's at daycare. He'll be home later. He gotta play with some puppies. Yes. Clark's at daycare today. I take him like once a week, and he gets to play with dogs, and he absolutely loves it. And whenever he's gone, Tom always is like, it's so weird because he's not a very vocal cat. He doesn't meow very often. When Clark's gone, I hear him. He comes like, Mom, where's Clark? Even though Clark annoys the crap out of him. I'm going to go through and take down all of these snowflakes that I made. It was funny, on Christmas Eve, Grayson had come over and I had only put them up like a few days before Christmas Eve, I think. And she looked at the room and I was like, remember? And she goes, I did this before. And I go, yes! I said, I had a memory of when you made all of these and it inspired me to do it this year. And she was like, oh my gosh. And I said, yeah, you put way more up than I put up, but she loved it. And it was funny because everybody that came over on Christmas Eve commented on the snowflakes. And actually, I had a few people ask me where I bought them, which was such a beautiful compliment. I'm like, I made them. Now, I only made 11. They're made out of copy paper. They turned out super cute. I'm not saving them. I don't even know how I would store them. I know somebody's going to leave me a suggestion, but I've already thrown them away. I just feel like it would take a lot of room to store them so that they're not getting wrinkled up. I mean, it's like I said, it's copy paper. It's not anything sturdy. So anyways, I am getting rid of them, but I probably will make them again next year. This was super fun. And both Donna Jean and Viviana left all their stocking contents here, so I'm bagging them up and I'm going to put them in their bedroom. I haven't done this in a while, but if you're new, Just for context, I am a mom to 3 daughters. My oldest daughter is 26. My middle daughter is 15. Oh my gosh, she just had a birthday in December. And then my youngest daughter is 13. And I have 2 grandbabies. Okay, here is the battery story from last year. I have this awesome battery organizer. I'll link anything that I can down below. And I had put the batteries last year with the regular batteries in this battery organizer. Well, I'm going to turn it upside down and put the ones that I just took out of all the string lights and anything that took batteries in the back here. Because last year, my husband always changes the batteries in our smoke detectors. And some of them take 9 volts and a couple of them take AA's. Well, he just took them out of the batteries in here. And for about 2 months, we had issues with smoke detectors beeping. Apparently, it's not recommended to put batteries in smoke detectors that have been previously used on something else. We got woke up at like 1 a.m. one night from the smoke detector going off, so I'm not going to make that mistake again. All right, now we're getting to the good stuff of decluttering. So I'm getting into this first cabinet here, and it didn't have a ton in it, but it did have this basket, which I don't know why somebody like taped shut or something, but it has a whole bunch of books in it. So this was one thing from over 2 years ago when I decluttered this room. This basket was actually up on the fireplace with all of the girls' books in it. And I did not tackle this 2 years ago because sometimes when you're doing decluttering jobs, you just reach a point where you're like, okay, I'm done with this job for now. I'm going to come back to it later. Well, I'm finally coming back to it. So this whole thing needs to be gone through and decluttered. I've heard lots of decluttering experts, I would call them, like people that have written books or are very, very popular for their decluttering process, say that you should focus on visual clutter first, meaning, you don't go to the drawers, you don't go to the cabinets, you focus on what you can see every day, because what you see every day, if you see a bunch of clutter, it really does affect us mentally if our space looks cluttered. However, I will tell you, that is not how I started. The very first thing I decluttered was a dang closet. And then I did do my kitchen counter fairly quickly, but honestly, I focused more on the insides of cabinets and things like that. Number one, I didn't know any decluttering advice. I went into it just blindly, and I'm kind of glad I did. But the reason that I started with like cupboards and drawers and cabinets was because they were all so darn jam-packed. They were not even usable. And I knew that if there was any clutter in any other area that was visual, I would have no place to put it except for being visual every day, because every cabinet was full of junk. These cabinets were packed and we hadn't even used them for years because they were so filled with stuff. So anyways, I'm finally getting to the books that I didn't get to from 2 years ago. And I stopped real quick and I called my girls' elementary school, the elementary school they used to go to. And I asked them if they would take any books, because a lot of these books are elementary age books that they got from like book fairs and things like that. And they said yes. So I'm getting a box together that I can take when I go pick the girls up from school and just drop it off at the elementary school. I had some old pillows in here that I'm going to go ahead and donate to the Humane Society. I don't know why I kept them or why they got thrown in that cupboard back there, but I'm going to get rid of those as well. And my Humane Society is always in need of, food for the animals, blankets, pillows, things like that. So I'm happy to go ahead and donate those. I'm going to vacuum this out. I got a lot of questions on my last video about where I got my little vacuum. It's this stick vacuum here. It just pulls apart for like a handheld vacuum as well. I'll link it down in the description box. I love it because it is a freestanding stick vacuum. and it does a great job for a cordless vacuum. Now you may notice, or you may be wondering, what are those shelves that I'm putting in there? Those are shelves from my bookshelf because I kind of like rearranged how I wanted to do them. I'm just going to keep them right there in case I ever want to change my bookshelves up again. I could store them in the basement, but I'm not going to right now. I just left them in there. Going to get the girls from school, so I'm going to drop this off on my way. And I am back, and this cabinet has been dedicated to pictures and books. But as you can see, I've taken things because there was empty space, like decor from my bookshelves that I wasn't going to use, and I just stuck it in there. I now have a space in my basement for any like vases or things like that. And I have a space in my basement for trays. So I'm going to just take those down to the basement and put them where they go. And I probably kept about 15 books that have either sentimental value or books that I think my grandkids might like as they're getting older. EJ does like reading books. Violet's one, so she kind of likes it. But anyways, I'm going to put the books that I'm keeping right here. All right, we're going to move on to another cabinet, and this one is jam-packed full of stuff. Basically, we had wallpaper in almost every single room in our house, which we slowly but surely had taken down, and every room got painted. And as we pulled down pictures and things like that, I didn't know where to put them, and I had decluttered this space, and I had empty space. So I stuck them in here. I also found some Christmas decor from last year that I must have taken down maybe late or something, and I just stuck them in here. So I'm going to declutter this area now as well. And I do have all of my DVDs, they're mostly kids' movies, stored in here. They're all organized in alphabetical order and everything. So I am going to leave those in here, but I wanted to get rid of the things that didn't belong in here. Tom, what are you doing? What are you doing? Tom, why are you in the cupboard? Clark, leave him be. Thomas, why are you in the cupboard? You silly boy. Hi. Hi, Thomas. Hi. Why are you in there? I kissed you. Oh, my Tom. I know all cats like to get into the cupboards. Tom is so dang smart, he can open these dang cupboards himself. One thing Tom hates, he hates to be kissed. I don't care. I tell him that is his fee. The only thing I require of my animals is that they let me love them. So I kiss him often, but he hates it, and usually he runs away. So if I ever don't want him to be somewhere, all I got to do is kiss him and he'll run away. He's the only cat I've ever had that doesn't like me to kiss him, and it drives me nuts. Isn't that funny? But anyways, let's get back to the decluttering. So like I said, most of the stuff in here, all of the stuff in here that doesn't belong is everything except for DVDs. They're all pictures. I actually had one extra DVD organizer because when I organized my DVDs like well over a year ago, I think I had ordered 6 and I only used 5. So I have these older pictures, like an old picture of my grandfather. I have my mother and father's wedding photo who have been divorced for years. I'm going to store them away, and I wanted to keep them safe so they don't get dusty and stuff. And look at this. One of my dang prom pictures, not with my husband because I didn't even meet my husband until after high school. But I don't want to get rid of my prom picture, so I'm going to store them in here. I don't want to display them either, but I do want to keep them. So that's what I'm going to use this for. And it actually worked really well. I said only pictures, but there's actually some artwork and things that Donna Jean has done. I have memory boxes for my girls in the basement, and anything I think they might want when they're older, obviously that will be for them to decide. I put in their memory box. So a lot of this stuff is going downstairs into the basement, into their memory box as well. And I have a place for these pictures. All right, so I got this. Here are all the pictures and the stuff that is going into the memory boxes. And one thing with me when I declutter, I take care of everything as I go. This pile here is going to go all with my Christmas decor, except for that's my high school diploma. I'm going to put that in my memory box. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't know what I'm keeping it for, but anyways. And these are all pictures that aren't older that I might display at some point that I'm going to put in the basement somewhere different. These two piles here are things that I no longer want or will use, and I'm going to send those to donation. And then these are the things that are going in the basement. They already have a place, which I already told you about. And I'm going to declutter one more thing in this room, but first let's take a look at some before and afters of the two cabinets that I just decluttered. So this was what this one looked like before. We had blankets shoved in here, pillows, that huge basket that was full of books. I contemplated using that basket as a toy box for my grandkids, but I don't think I'm going to because I don't want them to destroy it because I like it. I might use it for blankets, but you can see it's empty now. The only thing this cupboard has in it is this that I might use for blankets and a couple of shelves in here. If it was a sturdier like plastic box, I probably would use it as a toy box, but it's too fragile and wicker. So anyways, this was the second one, and you can see other than my DVDs, it was just like jam-packed full of things that I had taken down at some point when we were doing something and just shoved in there. And now look at it. It's all nice and clear. I might even use this cabinet. My grandkids like opening up cabinets, so maybe I'll make this like an area for their toys. So I got a whole huge box of books gone, 4 pillows gone, and everything else that was in here put away in the space that it goes in. All right, the last thing I'm going to declutter is this coffee table. And you can see Clark already paid his tax for the day. He just let me love him. But he doesn't mind me kissing him whatsoever. All right, so again, it's been over 2 years since I decluttered this. And I did end up leaving a bunch of stuff in here that probably shouldn't have been in here, but I didn't have space for it or I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it. So this coffee table does open up so you can, use the different level if you want to like eat at it, which we rarely do. Sometimes if we have too many people over, not too many people to fit at the kitchen table, somebody might eat out here like this, but the inside of this coffee table just has a bunch of stuff in here and I want it out. I was planning on doing a couple of more things, but I just ran out of time. So this was everything that I pulled out from inside of that coffee table. Let's figure out what's in here and get it decluttered. Shorter video this week, a little bit shorter than my normal video, but I hope it inspired you to do some decluttering if you have some spaces in your house that need decluttering. And as I always tell you, this was done over like a whole week. I didn't have a lot to do, but I was busy. So I took the little chunks of time where I had them, 15, 20 minutes here or there, and got it done. So as I'm going through each piece that was inside this coffee table, I'm just making piles. One is like throwaway. I found a couple of crossword or word search books that my girls had already finished. One are things I'm keeping and one are things that I am donating. Like I said, this area was filled mostly with things that I wasn't sure what to do with, mainly because when I started decluttering, like I said, I really did focus on the cabinets and the drawers because I had so much stuff to go through that I didn't have spots for everything. So this drawer contained a lot of things that are going to go in my memory boxes, like art projects, like special art projects from my girls, or books that I knew I wanted to keep, but I didn't have a space for at the time because I hadn't finished decluttering everything in my house. And so I finally got it decluttered. This is the pile of things that I'm just throwing away. Then I have this pile of things that I am keeping. Most of it's going to go down in the girls' memory boxes, and then a couple of more books that I had put in this coffee table because I wanted to keep them but didn't have space for them. And then I added about 5 or 6 things to the donation pile. It's certainly not 100% perfect at this point, but mostly everything that I have in my house now has a space where it belongs, which is an amazing feeling that decluttering did afford me the opportunity to create spaces in my home so that I know where everything goes and where everything is. Decluttering my home has definitely been one of the most life-changing things I have ever done. So I think I had 4 or 5 books that I'm just putting back right here with the books that I had decided to keep. I still have a little bit of Christmas decor up in my kitchen and a teeny little bit in my dining room that I'm just going to have to get to taking down next week. And maybe I'll start going through those rooms and decluttering areas in those rooms that need to be decluttered as well. And I'm just super amped up for decluttering this year. So the last thing I'm going to do is, of course, because this was filled with a bunch of stuff, I haven't cleaned the inside of this for a while. I don't know how dusty it will be, but we're going to get in here and get it all cleaned up. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I truly appreciate you. I hope maybe my video kept you company while you were working on a project in your house, and it was actually pretty darn dusty inside this coffee table. So this is what it looked like. So anytime anybody wanted to use this area to eat at, they could see the mess inside there. So that's the view from up top, and then this is the view from down below. And I got in here and took care of everything. Everything is put away. Everything is already donated that I wanted to donate. Everything is already thrown away. And now I have a completely empty coffee table inside, which feels amazing. So now if we have extra guests over and they do want to pull this up, what they're going to see is an empty coffee table. I love it. And now I'm just going to bag up the stuff that's on my fireplace so I can get it out of my house and get it donated today. That's my motto. If you want to donate something, you got to get it out right away. Otherwise, I'll leave it sit for weeks and then I'm just creating clutter in another way. So thanks again so much for spending some time with me today. I truly appreciate you. I'm going to see you again next week for a new video. And I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a great day. Bye.